Hey guys, what's up? Alec back with the daily stock market, and look at that. Overall, a red day in the stock market with the overall stock market down around 1%. We have lots of stocks that are down more than 5%, like DraftKings, ChargePoint, Unity, Roku, and Twilio are leading the pack. Tesla down another 3.68%. We have Neo stock down as well. And if we pull out to the last week now, from its high point of $207 per share, Tesla is now down around 10% to $185 per share. So in this video, we're going to be going over Tesla, Neo. We're going to go over a few other stocks as well. So make sure you're subscribed with post notifications on so you don't miss out on the full length videos on YouTube. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. Tesla stock has now dropped 3 consecutive days after the company reported record quarterly deliveries. Shares of automakers, those who make traditional and electrical vehicles, are getting hammered on Wednesday trading. A few things are to blame, including the government, the Federal Reserve stock charts, and the companies themselves. Tesla is down 4%. Okay, we see Rivian and Fisker, Lucid are trading 5%, 4%, and 4% down as well. So if we look at a monthly chart in Tesla, we can see that the support is closer to $170 to $175 per share. That could be the next leg down for Tesla if it continues this downward momentum that we have been seeing. In the last 3 months, we still see a bullish chart on Tesla, so that is a good sign. However, with these lower lows that it made today to 185, it's a little bit concerning, especially if we pass 180 and go down to 175 per share. That will definitely be a very bad sign. And then if we break that support around $172 to $170 per share, there's a good chance that we can gap it down even lower from there. So I'm still dollar cost averaging in Tesla and Neo for long term, by the way. Neo down 2.78%, down 10% in just the past week. Okay, so Neo's going through some of the same thing as Tesla. And for Neo, we're seeing that monthly support closer to $8.25 to $8.50. So there's a good possibility we will see Neo at those prices once again. I think if we see Neo at $8.25 or below, it would be a good position or a good area to start a swing trade and start accumulating shares for a swing trade at $8.25. If we break below $8.25 and go into the $7 and $6 range, then that's when I'm going to be loading the boat on Neo for swing trade, because when you see when Neo sells off big, like we saw back in April 2022, 43% sell off, there's at least some kind of bounce back, and you can see that trend happen again and again for Neo. So once there's a big sell off on Neo, $8.25, $7, $6 per share, I'll be loading shares, because I think there is a very good possibility that Neo could be trading above $10 per share and even closer to $11, $12, and $13 per share once again. Remember, in the recent years, just in 2020, we've seen them as high as $13 per share. And in 2023, just a few months ago, we saw a recent high of around $12.70 per share. Now, what else is going on in the stock market? Well, there's a huge AI war right now. Obviously, Microsoft and Google were competing for ChatGPT, but Google says that it's way ahead. Now, Google says that its AI supercomputer is faster, greener than Nvidia A100 chip. So Google is designing its own chip to compete with the likes of Nvidia. Can Google take Nvidia out? Okay, that's a good question for long-term investors. That's why personally I like investing in Google, because I think I'm getting exposure to a lot of different sectors. Same with Amazon. Okay, now if we look at some short-term technicals on Google, we see a bullish chart on the monthly. We see a bullish chart on the weekly. So playing the uptrend can be good. In the last 3 months, we're starting to see what's looking like a bearish chart. They are approaching a resistance here, so just be careful with that. If you guys have been following the channel for any time at all, you know I like to buy Google under $95 per share and even closer to $85 per share for a long term. One of my favorite long term buys at $85 per share is Google. Okay, it's also good for swing trades at $85 per share. And at that price point, I will be loading up anywhere between $85 and $90 per share. I'll be loading up for swing trade and long term, by the way. So you don't have to wait for $85 per share if you believe in Google. For long term, buying at $95 or $90 per share is a great price point, in my opinion, for long term. Now let's go over Nvidia. I do like Nvidia. I am dollar cost averaging in Nvidia. We see a bullish chart on the monthly. You know, it can easily pop up to a $275 per share with some calls. However, just be careful, because if we take a further look out, it looks like it can start reversing soon and head back down. Between $250 and $225 per share is very realistic for Nvidia. Personally, I'm buying the most of my shares under $200 per share. I think there's a strong possibility we will see Nvidia closer to $200 per share again. I mean, if we just look just a few months ago in January of 2023, they were $148 per share. And if we go back a little bit before that, when the stock market pretty much bottomed back in October, we see them at $118 per share. Okay, so seeing Nvidia at $180, $200, $225 per share is definitely not out of question. And if you're patient, dollar cost averaging is probably going to be the best way to go anyway. So if you're patient, just dollar cost averaging in, and then set your price alerts for 200, 195, 175 per share for Nvidia, then you can get an even better deal and get your average cost a lot lower. When you were dollar cost averaging in, now you bought a lump sum at 175 per share, shooting your average cost for Nvidia way down. So the war between Nvidia and Google chips, because Google's making its own chips now and claiming that theirs is faster than Nvidia, will be super exciting over the next coming years. Okay, we see Nvidia here. We have their income statement and balance sheet pulled up. Let's go over their income statement first off. First up, we have net income pulled up, which is the most important. And in 2019, they saw a 29% increase to 3.7 billion. Then they saw a little bit of a hiccup there in 2020 to 2.8 billion, and that was because of the pandemic, remember? And then in 2021, they had a 54% increase to 4.3 billion, and then 125% increase on their net income to 9.75 billion. And then in 2023, we starting to see it slow down. So if we look at the quarterly, we can see that it's massively slowing down, with their slowest quarter only profiting them on their net income 656 million. So that's a little bit concerning there, because if we rewind to 2022 Q4, we saw 3 billion in one quarter, which is around, what is that, 5 times as much, and that was just a few quarters below. So for their net income to fall around 75%, that is a little bit concerning there. Okay, so if we go to the total revenue, we can see a little bit of the same story. However, in 2023, they're keeping that revenue up. They're just not able to hold on to that net income and stay profitable at these huge dollar amounts. Their revenue has fell, okay, in 2023 Q2 to Q3. We saw a 16% fall, which is concerning, and then a 20% fall, which is definitely super concerning, considering that they were growing their revenues 52%, 46% right before that. Now, on the flip side, on their balance sheet, we see some good news, because their debt to asset ratio is only 46%, which is not concerning at all. It's below 50%, which I like to see. However, in 2020 and 2019, it was a lot better, around 29% debt to asset ratio. So I want to be watching their balance sheet also to see if they're taking on an unnecessary risk, short-term risk, or if their risks are more long-term focused as well. So that'll be an interesting thing to track. We don't want to see that debt to asset ratio climb to 55, 65, 70%. That'll definitely be a red flag for Nvidia. However, I am continuing to dollar cost average into Nvidia for long term. So if you enjoyed that video and want many more like it, just leave a thumbs up on this video. As long as you keep liking these videos, I'll keep making them for you. If you want want to join my close friends list and get some of the success stories, click on success number 8, read through positive testimonials. We've had hundreds and hundreds of success stories at this point where I can't even post them all. So DM me on Instagram if you want to be a part of that at the Daily Stock Market, now 198,000 followers. And here we can see the Discord going absolutely bonkers today. I was giving a special shout out to some of the students and members in there. Here we can see in the past hour, a student was up 20%, 875, having a good month after a few bad ones. Ever since I joined the Discord, it's been helping a lot since I joined, up 17% on the monthly chart. So that's awesome to see consistent money being made. Sold. Now I wish I held my Tesla put. And the list goes on and on of all these success stories. This is just a few. $1,000 gain. We were making a lot of money on Tesla and on Apple puts. Here you can see another 42% gain, $100 gain, a 23% gain, another Apple put for 87% gain. I know it's not a lot, but the percent gain is huge. 312% Andrew got here just from putting in $8, flipping that all the way up to around $33. Okay, another Tesla put, $1,287 made, 50%. Thank you, the Daily Stock Market made $300 on Apple puts today from your signal, 72% and a 24% gain. Okay, some cheap contracts, some big wins, and you can see how many people are a part of this success. So what are you waiting for? DM me on Instagram to join. There's really no better time to join because we make money whether the stock market's going up or down, as you saw from buying those Apple puts and Tesla puts, which means that we're betting on the stock going down, and we made all that money just because the stock went down. So if you want to join and see what the stock market's all about, make 2023 your year of stock market success, DM me here on Instagram and I'll send you over an application and the website so you can see what you're going to be learning, what it entails, and if it makes sense to you and if it's inside your budget. Let's go ahead and make 2023 your year of stock market success. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you guys for all the love and support. Share this video with a friend if you think that they will find it helpful, and I'll see you in the next video. Remember, don't time the market, buy the market. Peace.